This is a certified hood classic.
Another one.
All rise, order is recorded as Manning Monday. What a great way to start the week, if you ask me.
Yeah, we've got like a whole string of Manning Mondays coming up in the coming months. So be ready for those. But yeah, it's been a long time. And no, these didn't happen yesterday. These are classic episodes.
Love it. That's all right with me.
So the TPO calendar stacked as usual. But it's a good thing. We need a little more Manning in our life.
Agreed. And a little more Deborah. 23 and counting. I love that. Thank you. And that's awesome. Couple quick questions. Vicky, is she sneezing or laughing? I can't tell. She's got it right next to your face. I can't tell if it's a sneeze or a laugh.
I can't tell either.
And then iPhone Donald is the best name on them.
iPhone Donald. Trademark.
Oh, there's Christopher. Good to see you guys. Hope you had a great weekend. We had a fun Saturday night, by the way. If you missed that, it was actually quite an event.
Yeah, we only got 2 thumbs down, so we must have did pretty good.
That's not bad. One was JT, and there was
yes. I messaged JT when I was over, and I said I want to ban the shrug.
Yes, I'm pretty sure you're not the only one that sent that. If you were with us Saturday, you know exactly what we're talking about. 3 beautiful months. Oh my God, Leather and Lashes is here. Straighten up. Let's do this. Nancy.
All right, Rashid and Rajashi.
What's your link? What's your
both turn your cameras on and unmute yourself.
You just took a what?
I don't even know.
Should I start? Should I go first?
No, wait.
No, you wait for me. Where's he?
Okay.
At? Yeah. All right, both of you raise your right hand. All right, you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give in this petition for a
He's in a call center getting gift cards,
yes,
right?
I do.
Yes, I do.
Right. That or taking a shower.
Right, here's what I want you to do. Did you see the last lady that was testifying? Notice how she said, I wanted to go eat lunch here, but they were packed. So then we went to another place. Then we went to another place. Then I sat down. Then I don't want to hear all that. I want you to stay on the connector. I want you to tell me what happened. I don't want to hear what you went through to pick out what to wear that day and get on 285 and lap in 285, okay? I want you to just kind of get to the facts. Does that make sense? I want you to start with the most recent event and then work backwards. So if something happened today, you start on January the 8th, 21, work backwards, okay?
Okay.
All right. Neither of you have witnesses, correct?
No.
And no. All right. Go ahead.
Amber free. High five.
Recent event. Go ahead.
Amber.
Yeah, the most recent event, my husband and I are married for 14 years and we have an 8-year-old son. So the most recent event was on December 26th, when my husband had called police falsely accusing that I'm abusing my son over disciplining him, and he was having a conversation over the video call with my son, and he was prior to that event there was another incident for which he was arrested and put on a no contact order with me, and he was on December 26th he was telling my son to tell mama to leave the room, and he said that 3 times, and when I did not listen he called the cops on me saying that I'm abusing my son. The cops came and they asked my son if he was being mistreated or hit on by me, and he said no, and they checked him and asked him to turn around, and there were no signs of violence. And this was a false incident, false accusation that was made by him. And prior to that, on October 26th, me and my husband were having an argument. And in that argument, my husband tried to resolve the conflict by pushing me down on the floor. During that process, my son did not witness it, and but I fell down so hard that I got bruised on my right thigh and the left knee.
On
And
her right thigh
And left knee.
and it left. Very quick question. Now that she's into the second part, the day after Christmas, with that incident, which by the way, those are some strong accusations. Did he go to jail then, or are we getting to where he went to jail? That's the
I
only
think
thing
he's
I'm trying
gone to jail twice. I know at least once.
Okay.
But I think he went to jail on the and they should never be around each other on the 26th because it was October 26th.
Oh, was it? I thought she said
No, the other incident that she just
the
got
other.
pushed down on.
Oh, God. All right.
So I think the December one was over, like they were FaceTiming or whatever.
Yeah, and then that's when he
the
accused.
October one is in person with the
All
pushing.
right.
Can't push
Yeah.
nobody down over the phone.
Deborah, happy Monday to you. Our first $5 of the day, and I appreciate that. The My Bottle Express, you're on it today. That might not make sense now, but I have a feeling we'll figure that out in a second. Nancy, right behind you. Some California money? That's a joke. I know it's Canada.
and the
Thank you,
bruise
Nancy.
was not visible at that point, but it was. I felt the need to report that incident, and so I called 911 and I reported. So they created a report, but since it was not visible the same day at the same time, they did not take any action. But the next day, the bruise was very much visible, and I have even sent the evidences of the pictures of the bruise, if you can look at it. And I also checked with a doctor, and he also confirmed that it was because of being hit and fallen down with a greater impact. So during that time when I called the cops, my husband denied that he did anything like that, and there were no evidences at that time. And after that, I went through mental health therapy, like a counseling session for the depression and the distress with my husband. And I explained the situation and to them. So I've been having some counseling sessions.
What was he arrested for?
So the second time, what happened was he
Oh, we're gonna get to it. Final, real quick. Is this guy like flexing his podcast or what? That's the only thing I could think of.
I don't know. I think he's trying to send a subliminal message, maybe
You
like
might-
intimidating the other person by saying sometimes the betrayal is a blessing. 100.
I don't think she'll let that fly, but that's just me. And by the way, is Kayla up there? Is she just stoic or is she Creed framing? Kayla framing, I think.
I think there's a good chance of that for sure.
Yeah. Pretty
Hey,
sure.
Birdie. Good
this
morning.
this first time was assault. Yeah, second time was
Let me ask the question. The very first time he was arrested, what did they arrest him for? What did they charge him with?
they charged him for a misdemeanor because he asked me to do something.
I don't want to know why. I want to know what was the charge.
Oh, she's moving.
Yeah, it was a simple assault.
Okay, second time, what was the charge?
This was the second charge, simple assault, for which he was arrested.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there
First time, yeah, first
No,
time.
oh, I'm asking questions.
Well, this isn't getting confusing. They're doing great.
Yeah, she's having to sort out a bunch of mess already.
Yeah.
What is there a stay away condition for him under his
Hi,
bond?
Vicky.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay.
No contact.
Hold on. Questions I'm asking, all I want is a yes or a no right now. Okay.
She moved.
Are you still living in the home?
Yes, the same
Okay.
apartment. Yeah.
All right. Has he been giving you any money?
No.
Okay. Are you working?
Yes.
Okay.
He is. Hold on 1 second. He's
No,
paying my son's fees.
Okay.
Ease?
What fees for school?
School fees. Yeah.
Okay. How much is that?
Around $1,300.
A month? Or
Yeah, a
semester?
month. And it's a private school. Yeah.
Oh,
What do you do for a living?
I work at an IT company as a
IT.
software developer.
Mhm.
And what does he do?
He
Same
also
thing.
works into an IT company as a
Same thing.
software developer.
mhm.
Do you work at the same place?
No,
Do you make the same amount?
he makes a little bit more.
Hmm. Shocking. Okay.
Statement on our society.
Do you guys own a house or do you rent a place?
Rent.
Rent a place.
Said
How much
apartment.
is your rent?
It's 1582.
Are the two of you married?
Yes.
Is there a divorce pending or?
We just now filed for a divorce, but right now he is in India, so he cannot be served. But my lawyer sent him a paper saying that he can waive the formal serving, but he hasn't signed the document.
He's in
given
India.
it to us yet.
Right.
So we're getting a protection order, right?
Yeah.
And he's in India working IT.
Or hiding out, laying low.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Okay.
surprised they let him leave the country with those charges. Unless he's just here on like a work visa, but he's got a kid, so he's got an anchor baby.
Yeah. I may be a little bit slow because it is kind of early on a Monday. Did she ever get to both of the arrests? I feel as if she never got to
It
the
seemed like
first
both
one.
for simple assault.
They were both for simple assault.
Pretty sure, yeah.
And is that a giant pink bra behind Kimberly on the shelving unit? I just can't help but I can't tell.
I would like to
Father.
say yes.
Okay, let's go with that.
Okay, hold on. Let me hear from them. Okay, don't interrupt Tim. Okay, just let me hear from him. All right, sir, go ahead. Tell me what's going on.
So, starting with the most recent event, Your Honor.
He's in the bathroom.
On December 26th,
Oh,
my
yeah.
son called me. He was crying.
If he's in India, isn't that just a hole in the floor then?
I figured he was sitting backwards on the toilet with the computer on the tank.
Pleasant Green, one of my faves. He's great.
I want to hear what your son
Bend
said.
over.
Your son's not here to testify. I want to hear from you what she said or what you said, not your son, not anybody else. Keep between you and her.
Okay, between me and her, we never had any conversation. I just called the Alpharetta Police Department because my son said, Dad, help me. Dad, help me. And he was crying. And he was repeatedly telling his mom to leave the room, to leave him alone.
No, hold on.
Okay. Okay, so my son said, Dad, help me. Dad, help me. So I just called the police.
Stop. Respond to what she says, because she said you got arrested, you pushed her down. That's what I want to hear. What happens with all this pushing? Why are you pushing her down?
So before that, on November the 27th, Friday, she called the police and told the police that I am threatening her.
She's already told me that. So what did you say? What happened?
Okay, what happened was she took a bottle of bourbon from my room and kept it in the garage. I texted her from my room that, listen, the bottle that you kept in the garage is mine. Yours is still in the garage. So I thought she accidentally thought I took her bottle. And I told her to keep it back in my room. Okay, that's what I texted her. She did not reply to my text. So I called her on her cell phone and told her the same thing. Listen, maybe you didn't see my text, but I want you to return me the bottle that you took from my room, and please don't ever come into my room again, as I did not wish to have any contact with her. So on the phone.
Okay, so the marriage obviously, but not going great for a while. If they have separate
Or
rooms
maybe-
and separate bottles.
Maybe, Creed, this is some sort of Indian tradition where they don't sleep in the same bedroom. I don't know. I think it's very strange. And how big are these bottles? I mean, they got their own private stash of booze. Is alcohol an issue?
We're that worried about the bourbon.
You took my bottle of bourbon to the garage. The one yours is in the garage. We leave my bourbon alone.
I mean,
Must be
get the
tons of bottles of bourbon around the house.
big bourbon drinkers, I guess.
She said, I'm not going to do it. At that point of time, I came out of my bedroom. She was in the living room. I said, Rocky, please undo what you just did. She
Her name is Rocky.
pulled her tongue out, wobbled her head, something like this. So I said, I'm not going to do it. And I said again, listen, you're not supposed to come into my room.
That's the face that somebody makes that just stole bourbon out of their
Yes.
husband's room.
That's the exact face I expect.
Out of my room. Please don't ever come into my room and just return me my bottle. At that point, she said, again, she pulled her tongue out and started teasing me like this. So at that point, I said, listen, you have only 2 minutes now. Just return me my stuff back and don't come into my room. At that point, she picked up her cell phone, called 911, and started telling 911 operator that my husband is threatening me. Okay. At that point of time, she was in the living room outside and she was sketching something. So while she was talking with the 911 operator in the living room, I took her sketch. And by the way, on the phone, she told me, oh, this is not your bottle, this is mine.
Of what?
There is no other bottle.
What was the sketch of?
So what I did was I took her sketch, her painting, I kept it near her bottle so she can see her bottle that it was in the garage. And then I took my bottle from the garage and I went inside my room and I locked the door and told her, you can call 911, you can talk with whoever you want, but please don't come inside my room. That's what happened. When the cops came, and I saw this on the 911 call that she made.
I thought he was going to say I
She
saw it
told
on
the
cops.
That two things. One, I'm drinking alcohol, which I was not drinking alcohol at all. I was just inside my room and locked my room. By the way, my son also followed me when he saw this, and he was also in
No,
my
hear
room.
what your son said.
Okay. So I was in my room. So she told her, I heard that on the 911 audio. I heard she telling me,
Just tell me what happened, what you know firsthand, not what you heard on
Okay.
anything else.
okay.
That's
I
a
went in
shower
my room
curtain
and I
area.
locked my door, and that's all happened. On November 27, cops came, heard her side of the story. Cop came to me, and the cops told me that, listen, I'm not 100% sure that you did anything wrong, but your wife tells us that she is feeling threatened by you. So we're gonna have to we're gonna have to contain you for your protection.
Let me ask you a question. Let me interrupt you. Let me interrupt you real quick. Ms. Lazarus, let me you guys have some sort of agreement?
We do, Your Honor. Based on our discussions and assurances from Ms. Ismailova, which I apologize if I pronounced that wrong, that Mr. Kingsland is not living in Georgia at this time. We
I always loved it when she would let people do this, just interrupt in the middle of a case with something
What's
else.
your understanding, counsel?
That is correct, Your Honor.
I have made the two of you lawyers of the day.
thank you.
Thank you.
That's the sketch.
Off with pay.
It needs to be put by the bottle,
Thank you,
okay?
Appreciate it.
I'll put it by the bottom.
Further, Your Honor.
So
you
she
and your
knows.
clients can both leave. You both, everyone stay healthy and safe and have a good weekend.
As well,
Likewise,
Your Honor. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
All right, so, sir, let me ask you a question because I'm staring here looking at you, and you look very familiar. Are you in India right now?
Yes, ma'am. I'm in India right now.
So I kind of remember you from first appearance. Do I look familiar to you?
No.
I don't look familiar to you. You had first appearance in front of me around Thanksgiving.
Yes, I think on the morning of
Did I say anything about you going to India?
No.
No. So where did you tell me you were going to be living?
I don't, Your Honor, I don't believe I've spoken with you before.
I think you told me Garner Drive or something else around it.
She got you, bud.
I believe I start off saying, this is the case number. This is the state of Georgia versus, I say your name, and I say, you got some rights today. The right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you get a 4-1, it will be appointed to represent you at no cost to you or your family. And your attorney is Ms. Reese. And I go through and I tell you your charges, and I say, let me confirm this is your address. If it's where she lives, I say, what address will you be living at? And then you give an address of Garner Drive. I gave you a stay away. No alcohol, no drugs unless prescribed, no further contact with her. So where's Garner Drive in India?
No, there is no Gardner Drive in India, Your Honor. So this is
No, hold on a second.
Oh, he wants to move past it.
So have you told Miss Reese and have you cleared it,
Let's not live in the past, shall we?
Miss Reese and the court to go to India?
No, I cleared it with my attorney, the criminal attorney that I hired.
And they cleared it with the court. So when are you coming back and going to court?
Well, right now, the criminal case that is assigned, I have not been charged with anything yet. And my lawyer told me that
What?
as soon,
You
yeah, my
had
lawyer
first
told me.
appearance in front of me. I know you were charged with something.
The only appearance I've had in court so far is after my arrest the next day morning at 9 o'clock. I had court appearance.
In front of
Okay. Okay. And in that appearance, Mr. Reese told me, don't say a single word.
Right.
This is just a bond hearing.
Walter?
Just listen to what,
Walter is our leader.
And then you can later on appoint your own criminal lawyer
Uh-huh.
or a public defender. And I went ahead and appointed a lawyer for
I
myself.
remember. Don't say anything that Miss Reese told you. I remember. I was there.
So at that point, my lawyer told me, do not maintain any contact with Rocky. Do not
I
go
don't want to
the
hear what your lawyer
address.
told you. That's attorney-client privilege. If you got leave of court to leave the country, is what I'm asking.
I have not talked with anyone other than my attorney, Your Honor.
All right. So go ahead.
He's not coming back.
Go ahead. Tell me. Finish
No.
telling me.
So after I got the bail from the court, I stayed in hotel for 3 days in Atlanta. Then after that, I flew to Illinois State to my sister's house, where I stayed for a couple of weeks from.
According to the Woo Dog, who's there now, it's Illinois. Illinois. Just so you know, he said it completely wrong.
He's not from his country.
From December 1st until
As am I.
the first 2 weeks of December. And then on December 17th, my sister was moving from Illinois to Texas. So instead of moving with her to Texas, I actually came to stay with my mother over here in India because everybody in my family was worried about me and myself being mentally distressed. Because, Your Honor, when I was in jail on November 28th, there was a fire in Alpharetta jail. I had a near-death experience in jail because of this November 27th incident.
Tell us
So
more.
after that, I've been completely mentally, disturbed, like as to why is this happening to me, just because my wife said I was feeling threatened. I didn't say anything.
With your
to
sister
threaten.
moving, what does that have to do with you leaving the Alpharetta address?
Because that's where she is, and I'm not supposed to be in Alpharetta address as per the recommendation was given to me in the
Go
court.
ahead. Tell me your response to her allegations.
So her allegations, Your Honor, is she feels like she's threatened by me, and I have done absolutely nothing to threaten her. I have maintained zero contact with her from November 17th until today. I've never tried to contact her directly or indirectly, any which way, although the reverse is not true. I've kept my distance. I'm going through the divorce process. When a lawyer asked me for divorce, I said, that's fine. I'm okay with divorce. We'll go through a clean, good settlement of divorce where we do what's best for our children.
So have you acknowledged the service for divorce here?
Yes. I don't know what's acknowledgement, but I replied to her lawyer that I'm okay with the divorce. I can show you that email. And
He didn't just say he's not good with technology, right? He said with maybe acknowledgement.
Yeah, I'm not good with something, and he
Oh,
said,
I thought he
"Oh,"
said technology because
I thought he was going to say I almost sound like that for a second, but then it kind of worked itself out. My question is this: is he going to divorce this lady and just like wash his hands of everything, like start over again?
in India. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
That's what I'm thinking. And Gary, yeah, I would love for him to expand on his near death experience. Just I wanted to hear what was
3 days I was in there.
what was
3.
happening there. Okay, he did say with the acknowledgement. Okay, because I thought he said technology there for a second, and I was like, wait.
Told him that
What's her lawyer's name? Do you know it?
Stephen, Mr. Stephen,
Mr. Stephen.
Mr. Stephen Jacobs.
That's true. He wouldn't have to pay a
Your
damn
lawyer's name?
dollar being where he's at. He don't have
Yes,
to do
the
nothing.
acknowledgement has not been done.
Okay. right.
Mm,
So,
that's a valid
Mr.
point,
Bain,
though.
besides that, how much money do you make at your job?
$114,000 per year.
Okay. So you're paying for, how are you paying for the private school?
I
paying-
pay it
How are you paying
I-
for that? Zelle? How are you paying for that?
Zilling it.
through my direct bank account from bank,
Okay.
by Wells Fargo bank account.
All right.
Google
plan on
Play
coming
gift
back
cards, Your
here?
Honor. Target,
Uh,
Best Buy.
next within 2 weeks, actually, Your Honor.
Yeah,
February 10th is our court date hearing for the divorce.
I don't think so.
The 30 days
He didn't
trial
say
hearing. So I definitely intend to be in Atlanta court for the 30-day trial hearing.
Sure.
I just want to see what her lawyer says and if we can settle this in a civil manner and do what.
He said he's making $140K a
Which
year.
is $11,666.66
All right, so
a month.
all right, and you're talking about $1,300. All right, so when you're looking at that, just with his salary, that $1,300 a month for a private school for an 8-year-old ain't that bad. Then.
Yeah, he's still making well, I'm sure with taxes and all, but before taxes, $10,366.
Yeah. But you know what? Mystic Lady brings up a very valid point. Is he making that now while he's working in India, though?
I mean, if he said he's working IT, but then they said software development, so he's probably working from there. He's working remotely, I'm sure, for most of the time. So I mean, he hasn't lost his job because that'd been one of the first things he told us.
That's true. That's a good point. So I mean, you're looking at $1,600 a month for rent, and that $1,300. I mean, even if he wanted to, it's not bad at all. And
And
she
she's
said
making about that too. Yeah,
yeah, she said that too.
$300,000.
Damn,
They doing all right.
and they're in an apartment.
They gonna worry about a bottle.
Yeah, that's what they're worried about is a bottle of bourbon when you're making that kind of money. Okay.
For our son.
And where are you going to be staying then? You're just going to get a hotel room or something, I assume?
No, Your Honor. I will be taking another apartment, a separate apartment on a different side of the city where we do not even accidentally, cross paths.
Okay. All right, I got you. Anything else you want to tell me?
At this point, Your Honor, since I have maintained my distance from November 27 till date, I have not been allowed to have any kind of physical contact with my son. I sent him a cell phone before coming to India so that we can actually video chat at least, and I can see his face. This was on December 14. But I have not been, my son has not, after that December 26th incident where he was crying and I asked for a wellness check, I have not even been able to see him or speak with him. I would love to be with my son on a regular basis. But just so you know, Your Honor, I am the primary caretaker of my son, from his breakfast, his lunch, his school, his homework, his doctor visits. I have taken care of him throughout, taking him to the park every day, every 3 to 4 days a week, breakfast every single day, 100% of the time, lunch
Hold on a
every
second. Hold on. Ma'am, do you have any issues with him having contact with the child, like video?
Yes. So the problem is I have been setting.
Real simple. I don't want you to go
Yes.
on and
Yes, I have. Yes.
has he hurt the child?
Pardon?
Has he hurt?
He brings home the
anybody?
bacon and fries it up in the pan.
Only when he has hurt him. That's it. When my son has like hit him, then he had hit him back.
So when is your 30-day status conference? February? In a couple
February
weeks?
10th. February 10th.
Do you know which judge it's in front of?
Pardon?
Hey, Mikey.
Hey.
Judge said it's in front of. Hold on. I'm sure you don't. Hold on. Who's fam 2? Do you know, Miss Free?
We'll
Can I,
check really
can
quick.
I, can I
Hold on.
answer that?
Hold on. Who is it?
That
I'm asking Miss Free. I think she's the only person on her name is Free.
He wants the kid because you don't want to have to pay child support.
Fam 2 is just Wall.
Okay. So you're going to be in front of Judge K or Judge Wall. Okay. So we're going to make note on this that
Where'd that kid come from
Judge
with
K
Jill?
will take that up. Now, ma'am, you are going to have a really good. So what time is it right now in India?
It's 10 p.m.
All right. I'm going to show her. Say, what video chat doesn't cost anything? What type of video chat doesn't cost anything to call?
What's that?
It's a video chat from India to
Telegram.
The US. Which one doesn't cost anything?
It's free.
On what? Zoom?
Facebook.
I mean, what? Which one?
Apple FaceTime.
Okay. I'll let you have one visit FaceTime before your 30-day status conference. Ma'am, when can he have a FaceTime visit with the child? One.
There's
before
tons
the
of
30-day status
Yeah.
conference.
yeah, sure. You can have
Yahoo Messenger.
you can have on a Saturday or a Sunday.
Tell me a date
AIM.
right now. Tell me a
I tell you,
date right now. This Saturday?
Tell
Sure.
him to kick me.
Yeah, this Saturday 9th is fine. Tomorrow.
I mean, India time, so he'll know.
Around 11:30 a.m. in the morning.
So January the 9th, 2021 at 11:30 a.m.
Is it
Your
our
time.
time?
in our time. Yeah, time is
Yes.
so that's Eastern Standard Time. So whatever that translates to for you, sir. Okay. How old's the child again?
8 years old.
8. Okay. So, ma'am, you can record this. Okay. So if he says anything out of line, you can show it to the judge. Sir, you can
Okay.
record it too. In the event you don't say anything out of line and she tries to say you did, you can do it too. All right. So let him have that visit and we'll put in the order because I'm going to put it in place. I'm going to let Judge K do any amendments he wants to. And sir, if Judge K wants to give you video visits from here on out, he can. All right. I'll put that in the order, but you'll get that. But you can have that FaceTime visit with your son. But right now, when you can continue paying for the school for your son, I think that's great. I'm sure your son's probably brilliant if he's been going to the private school this entire time. But until then, it's one more time. I'm going to make you pay the rent where the child lives. Okay, Judge K will probably amend that. So it's $15.82 a month. You can transfer it electronically. Do you want him to transfer it Zelle or Cash App or what, ma'am?
I think he can transfer it directly to my bank account.
Does he know your
It's
bank
fine.
account?
Yes, he has. Yeah.
Sir, you know her bank account number to transfer the rent?
I do, but she makes same amount as I do. Why would I pay her rent?
Because I'm ordering you to. Do you know her bank account number to transfer?
I have a bank account number.
Okay, she said she makes less. You're supposed to pay child support. So, boom. All right. So
She does not make enough less. She makes only few $1,000s less.
pay $1,528. You're going to be in front of Judge K shortly. Shortly. So Judge K can make that decision. But I'm glad that you voluntarily paid. You'll continue to pay that
He don't like
$1,300 a month for child support.
Not at
Judge
all.
K will hear you on his
That's what he
day,
said.
and he'll decide what you're going to do for it. But as of, if you already paid the rent for this month,
That's come
All right,
up at for leaving the country.
so what's the day?
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
you could go ahead before you go to sleep, sir, and transfer that $15.82 to her account for this month's rent.
Oh my God.
And then you can pay it on the first of each and every day of every month. Okay, so you'll pay the February rent on February the 1st, and like I
I
said,
mean, how can I afford that? I have to.
Judge K. You have what?
How can you afford
How
that?
can I afford that? Because I'm paying all of his expenses, including his school fees and his school.
What expenses are you paying?
I am paying almost $1,500 per month his school fees.
Oh,
I paid
wow.
for his health insurance, which is $2,500 deductible every year, and he uses up. Yeah, he uses most of it, and I have the records. The only thing that my wife pays is the rent and nothing else. She pays absolutely nothing other than rent. If I pay that, then I'm paying everything.
Judge K. You're going to be in front of him on the 10th. And it's just January the 9th, so you haven't paid any kind of deductible yet. How many times how many times has your son been to the doctor, ma'am, this year?
This year he hasn't been to the
You
doctor.
haven't paid one
Yeah.
single penny towards a deductible so far this year because it is January the 9th, 2020.
I paid his school fees this month,
Sir,
and she paid the rent,
that
so
sounds
we are
like a you
equal.
problem, sir. That is not a me problem. Now, you're going to pay this. If you don't, you're going to have to deal with Judge K. That's what you're going to do until Judge K modifies the order in the divorce. Am I clear?
Yeah, you're clear. I hear you.
Okay. Now, if you want to argue with Judge K, but I don't think you'll be real happy arguing with him either. What's important to me right now isn't necessarily you or your wife. It's that child, because that child's life is not going to change one iota.
No, it will not. I assure you, Judge. My child is.
Not going to.
Yeah.
You're going to pay it. We're going to email both of you a copy. Do we have your email address?
I do not have the respondent's email address.
You need to provide Ms. Free with your email address. You can either type it in the chat or you could tell us what it is out loud on right now.
Your Honor, you
Provide your email. The next
yeah,
word,
I am providing my email, typing it right now. But I need
next
to.
words out of your mouth need to be your email address being typed in the chat. That's it.
I've already typed it in the chat.
Did you guys work anything out?
Say that again.
I'm talking to Ms. Schumann. Ms. Schumann, did you folks work anything out?
Schumann's doing her hair, Judge. She's got some time. Man, she tore his ass up.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I think you're right. It has to do with him running off to
She
India.
said before you go to bed tonight, send
Yeah.
that money.
All right, she's in there.
Oh, yes, Judge Manning.
Oh, no, if you're on there with Judge Glanville, go ahead. I mean, I could take him in a brawl.
He's on position 12.
Okay.
I'm 13. I'm just kind of.
You guys have a consent order, right?
We do.
Where's the other attorney?
Lester.
Where'd she go?
Bill, where'd you go?
Is she still stuck in the breakout room?
Maybe he is. He's
He is.
fire here.
I can go in and see if he wants to come back.
The chat is very 50-50 on this, I feel.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Go. Oh, you need Bill and you need Casey, don't you?
I think the way he came off,
That's what I would think.
That leaving the country was
Yeah.
a huge nail in his coffin. Huge.
what are we doing?
Making him sweat. Like maybe she's waiting for his email. He's supposed to be sent the email in the chat. Did you do that? He's free.
He was. I think she was getting to the point that he shouldn't have
Okay,
left.
Judge Manning, I'm getting called. It's going to be 2 minutes. It's
Okay, go ahead. Ms. Graham will send you to go get Casey, okay? We'll send you back to one.
Okay, it'll be back in a minute.
Mr. Lester's here.
Okay, hold on. I gotta send you to go back to get Casey in room 1. It's free.
Oh, I can go.
Okay. All right, Mr. Main, did you send your email address?
Gucci
Yeah,
money.
I typed it in the chat room.
All right.
It's my last name, first name, 316@gmail.com.
Thanks for telling us.
Now we
bud.
have yours. We will email it to you by the end of the day, ma'am. You can pick up your certified copy at the courthouse on Monday, and we will put in the final line on there, sir, that Judge Kay or Judge Wall can make any changes to this that they deem necessary in the divorce. Thank you. Stay healthy and safe. Have a good day.
Thank you.
That's it's an interesting one. Like I said, lots in the chat are both ways on that one as far as him paying. I do wonder because he didn't quite say it all the way through, but it sounds like he took care of damn near everything. If that was true,
his claim that he did everything for his son, he made his lunches, his breakfast, his dinner. I'm trying to figure out what she did because he's made it sound like she didn't do shit.
Well, he made it sound like he's taking care of everything else other than rent, like all utilities and everything else except for rent.
And when he said that he had already paid for the kids, schooling this month, that she had already paid the rent, he looked at it as a wash, like one hand wash the other on that one. So, Peter A, thank you so much. Peter was nice enough to send that video over, by the way. Thank you so much, Peter.
Oh, nice, Peter. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jerky boys are great.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know she's pissed off about him leaving the country for sure.
Who, Rocky or
Judge Manning was not too happy.
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, it's a consequence.
I'm not
They're gonna show.
I'm not really sure where I land on that one, to be completely honest with you. I don't know. If I take his word for it, and if he is paying for everything, if I'm taking his word for it and trusting him, if he is paying for everything and she's just basically paying the rent, that is a lot. But I don't know. Well, I guess that's about it. Don't forget I would imagine some premieres coming up.
Premiere coming up at 3 p.m. Eastern over on Credence and Mikey. Some Judge Middleton. You get to see Middleton get a little upset. Don't usually see that. He gets mad at a squatter, not the truck, but the person that won't leave a home that they're not paying any rent at. He gets mad at that, as well as a lady that he kind of lays a trap for, who stole a $3,000 gift card. It's very strange. She's a big liar, allegedly. But you don't want to miss that, as well as there'll be something going up over on We Got a Case as well. Just keep an eye out for the alerts for that. And of course, we got Mini Chase Monday, which will be Sovereign Citizen.
Uh-oh.
At least one of them will be. So be ready to be angry. So don't miss that. Don't miss it.
Oh, then don't forget also later, we've got two different things. We've got, is it an all right one? We've got members only coming up at 5:30 East, and we're doing a special one on Wednesday because Friday's members only ain't happening.
No,
but it's happening Wednesday. So just
Wednesday, it's gonna move.
Keep that in mind. The My Bottle Express. Deborah is number 1, and Nancy number C. I guess that
makes you number 2.
Makes you number 2, but you're both number 1 in my book.
And you're on the caboose, and it's a lot of good stuff already happening this week. So, hopefully everybody will join us for the premiere happening over at 3. And, of course, for We Gotta Chase at 4:05. We'd love to see you over there. Have some fun. Enjoy yourselves. Until then, stay safe, stay hard, stay tuned. We'll see you on the next one.
Everybody seen my bourbon?
That's my bourbon. No, I don't have a drinking problem. Where's my bourbon? I don't drink at all.